Hey folks, it's Dave from Minnesota Bushcraft and Survival. Today we're going to cover a little bit different topic on bow drill fires. The vast majority of you will understand and know what the traditional bow drill fireboard looks like with the V-notch and all that stuff, but a lot of y'all don't understand is you don't necessarily need that. Think about it like this. If you're out in the woods and you don't have a knife, or any tool for that matter, creating this is going to be almost next to impossible. Here I just got two sticks, tied them together with bank line. What you're going to notice is you've got a little bit of a gap between them because they're not going to be obviously perfectly in line. That's essentially what the area that you're going to be using to gather your dust and your coal. You'll still need the catch the same way. The spindle creation is a little bit different than normal. We're used to taking a knife and creating these. If you're out in the wild and you don't have a knife, you're going to be stuck having to take and grind it on like a harder surface, abrasive surface. In this case here, I ended up using my concrete. But out in the woods and out in the wild, especially along rockier terrain, a lot of times you can find a rougher stone to replicate it. It's going to be a lot longer of a process. It is not much fun. So you're not creating the notch, you're actually going to be creating, your embers are actually going to go directly in line with one of these holes. I'm going to try the smaller one first. The key here though is when you're doing an actual burn-in with a regular traditional kit, you have a spot, you have a little nipple here on the end that's going to match a hole that you've already started, and it's got a place to go straight in. Here it doesn't. So your technique has got to be a lot more, it's more critical that your technique is on point. I've got to hurry because it's about to storm. So let's see how this pans out. You definitely have to make sure vertically you're on point. In this case, I'm going to use my foot as a stopping point so it can't go the other direction. I'm already getting the burn in. I'm already starting to get some dust. Okay, in this case, it's a really small one. I almost didn't even see it, but it's there nonetheless. This is going to be the babying process. Nothing different than a traditional bow drill, but this one here might have smaller embers, smaller coal than what you're used to with the bigger V-notch, but still just gotta baby it. Thankfully it's not raining right now and it's not really windy, so there's that glow starting that we're always looking for. It's still not quite ready to transfer over. This is a time-consuming portion of it, but just trying to let this coal get bigger and bigger on its own. I'm gonna help fan it a little bit. If I had a little bit of wind, I would actually use that as my advantage, but since I don't, there we go. Much better. There you have it. Well, folks, gotta love modern technology. I actually ended up having audio failure, so I was not able to explain early on what the problem was or why I switched from this hole ultimately to this spot. What happened was this one ultimately ended up being a little bit too tight, so it probably didn't have enough oxygen inside there, and it didn't have enough of a slot for the dust to fall and settle and actually heat up and ignite, where this side here, being that it was a little bit wider gap, everything pretty much fell into place like it would with a modern bow drill kit. So at the end of the day, the wider gap worked, the narrower one failed. So it is what it is.